I'm going to be reacting to when the Beatles met
One
Elvis.
trip or another, we met Elvis. It was one of the highlights of our visit. It was funny because by the time we got near his house, we forgot where we were going.
I would
We
have.
were in this Cadillac limousine. And you know what it's like in LA, everything goes round and round and round and round, and then I think we're going along Mulholland.
Who is the hippie that's happening all over our town?
I've heard that song before. I don't really remember the words or the lyrics, but I've heard that before.
With a message that he lays down.
Oh, we had a couple of cups of tea in the back of the car. And by the time we got to Elvis's house, we forgot where we were going.
I would
It didn't
have.
really matter where we were going.
Bel Air, actually. And,
Oh, I think Ringo was getting ready to say something about it. This is going to be really cool. I want to know everybody's like insight on like everybody in the Beatles, like their insight on what Elvis was like when they met him, because I know they all have
meet was
different
arranged.
perceptions.
We were going to go and see him. I was pretty excited about it all. And we
I would be
arrived.
excited too.
We pulled up and there was these big gates and somebody said, "Oh yeah, we're going to see Elvis." And then we all fell out, just like in a Beatle cartoon, we all fell out the
And
car.
I can actually imagine that.
In hysterics, trying to pretend we weren't silly. And then we went in
Yeah, they are pretty funny though. That's my opinion. I always thought the Beatles
the
were really
house
funny.
and there's Elvis sitting on a couch playing a Fender bass, plugged in
Wow.
an amplifier.
I've never heard or seen Elvis play a bass in my life. Now I want to see a video of it if there's one.
Watching the TV. I was, "Oh, it's Elvis."
I mean, it was Elvis. He just looked like Elvis.
Paul.
He was the king, wasn't he?
Paul.
He was Elvis.
This is Mr. Hips, you know. Hip swiveling man.
Wow, you know, that's Elvis.
Oh, I love it.
And he was playing Mohair Sam all evening. He had it on a jukebox. He just played it like endlessly. That was like the record of the moment for him. So it was great to see. Oh, he's a music fan. You know, he's not just because that was one of our big records at the moment.
He had a TV
Okay,
going
now
all the
John
time,
Lennon,
which
that's
is what
cool.
I do anyway.
Here we go.
And in front of the TV, he had a massive big bass amplifier, Fender bass amplifier, or just a Fender amplifier. And oh yeah, it was a bass with a bass plugged in it. And he's playing bass all the time. With
I
the,
really want. Now I
the
just really
picture
want
up
to see
on the
Elvis
TV.
playing bass now.
So we just got in there and played with him. You know, we all plugged in what was ever around. We all.
Now I just really want to see a video of Elvis playing the bass for some reason. Like I've seen him play the guitar and the piano, but I want to see him play the
played
bass.
and sang.
I never jammed with Elvis at all.
No. John said he on the
John
interview.
jammed with Elvis.
Yeah, it must have
He
been
used
when
to
we
go
went
over
out of the room.
secretly at night.
I think it was because he had a bass there. You know, so I
The
thought
basement.
Right. Well, you know, bass.
Bass,
hey,
basement.
he's
Ringo was
interested in
playing
bass.
football with him there.
Yeah, I played football with Elvis.
And around about 10 or 10:30.
What kind of boat is he in? What kind of boat is Paul in right
Priscilla
now?
was brought in.
So I think she had a long thing on and a tiara.
I've got this picture of her like as a sort of Barbie doll with like gingham, kind of purple gingham and a gingham bow in a very beehive.
I always thought that Priscilla, when she was younger, looked like the Barbie doll.
I don't remember. I spent most of the party trying to suss out from his gang if anybody had any reefer.
Oh, George.
Well, I think it wouldn't have mattered to me if she was there, just, you know, because it was him I came to see, and I don't remember the boys he had with him.
You know, all his gang,
Memphis
the Memphis
Mafia,
Mafia,
yeah.
whatever they call
I know
them,
what they're
all
talking
those
about.
guys.
You know, he just was surrounded by these sycophants. I'm going to go to the loo now. Okay, we'll all go to the loo with you. You know, it was just
Yeah.
so strange, and I was just so angry because he wasn't.
Elvis did not have barely any like time to himself, probably, or he was just Actually, yeah, he was really secluded anyway, and he couldn't even go out with all the fans. You know, probably just about
making
tackle him
any
if he went
music.
out anywhere.
Was not
Which is sad.
doing what he should have been doing.
We were asking him about this, just making movies and, you know, not doing any personal appearances or TV. And he seems to enjoy it. I think he enjoys making movies so much. Because we couldn't
I
stand
like a
not
few of
doing
his movies.
personal
There's a
appearances.
few.
You know. We get bored quickly. He says he misses it a bit, you know. He's just, no, he was great, you know, it's just how I expected him.
And it just sort of faded out. You know, you couldn't get close. You know, it's not like we could have become good friends. It was impossible.
We weren't buddies or anything, you know. But it was really nice. It was really. He was a nice guy. He was very slim, and you know.
This must have been the early 70s or late
Good. I'm glad
60s
I
they're
met
talking
him.
about.
It was great. It was great. You know, it was one of the great meetings of my life.
You know what? I'm wondering if they're talking about the late 60s or 70s. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me when they met Elvis.
I mean, the saddest part is now, years and years later, we found out that he tried to have us banished from America
What?
because he was very big with the CIA. and
Yeah,
everything,
but
and
I'm an Elvis fan. That kind of hurts
that's,
because I'm a
that's very
Beatles
sad
fan
to me.
too.
But if
I can't believe that. Wow. Why would Elvis, of all people, want you to be
so
banished out of
threatened.
America?
But he thought, like a lot of people, that we were bad for the American youth.
Well, you ain't never
Wow.
gonna have it. You ain't no friend of mine.
Hey, I still love Elvis anyway, but I can't believe he wanted them to be banished out of the United States. I know that happened to the Beatles sometimes, and I know it happened to John Lennon once or twice. Maybe just once. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look. But thank you for requesting this, Gel Pal. It was really good, and I learned some stuff from it. So thank you.